right. Well, hi there. It is just gone 10 p.m. and time to show up. I'm showing up. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate every single one of you. Do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit, and let's shit in the box. Oh, man. Before I get started, I want to point a few things out. And the first one is that whenever you are building a project, it's going to be ugly and it's going to be fucked up in lots of ways. You're going to, throughout the development of any project, you're going to have bugs that you know are there and you just don't fucking feel like it right now. You'll do it later. Like, not right now, just at some point in the future, you'll do this. You'll do it later. Sometimes later gets here. More frequently it doesn't. And you just have this bug in your program forever until somebody reports it and gets mad about it. And you go, oh yeah, that. Okay, let me go and fix that. And when you go fix it, you do something ugly and hacky and gross that you really shouldn't be doing. But, you know, if it was clean and simple and easy, you would have done it earlier. A lot of people don't understand that. And as a beginning developer, you might imagine in your head, you might imagine that high-level developers with decades of experience, I have decades of experience, would sit down and just go, here is this fantastic, elegant code to do exactly what I want to do. And look, it works the first time. It does not. It never does. There has never been a time in my career that I have not spent roughly as much time in the documentation as I have spent writing the code. Now, once I know what I'm doing, once the code is working, then you can kind of go in there, and the whole concept is make it work, make it better, then make it pretty. And once it's working well and it's fairly pretty, then you can go in and try to make it do the really awesome shit, to try and look elegant, to try and be amazingly fast or amazingly well optimized. And more often you'll never get to do that. You will hit a deadline. You will have some reason or other why you just can't work on the project anymore. And you have to walk away from it knowing that there is that one part of it, there is that one bunch of the code that's just dumb. And it works, it gets the job done, but man, if you just had like another couple hours to work on that, you could have made it substantially better. But you didn't. So you haven't made it better. And you just go in there and you do what you can, and it is what it is. Still not saved? Okay, everything's saved now. All right. But now let's talk a little bit about the state of the game. Because obviously I've been working on it. Obviously I've been putting stuff together. And we have a working menu. We have a working main menu. It pulls up the stuff that it pulls up. It does the stuff that it does. It has a confirmation on quitting. It works with your controller. Doesn't seem to work with the... Is it X? What? Huh. Anyway, You come in here and you play the game. And if you're fucking competent and you don't fuck everything up, then now, as you can see, we've got I've got the game paused right now, but you can't tell because here's one of those dumb things. Check this out. The pause menu exists in the world. If you're not standing in the right place, you can't access the whole thing. This is dumb. I fucked up. I haven't had time to fix this. It's not going to take all that long to fix, but I've got to move a bunch of stuff around, and I've got to redo stuff. So we've got the settings. The settings come up, and we've got the quit menu. We can cancel that, and we've got restart. And restart now works. It actually works. I got the restart working. Similarly, we have a working continue. It doesn't actually ruin anything. That's important. You got to test all of this stuff. You got to make sure all of it works. Now, as you can probably tell, we have a problem here. And that problem is that once you've hit the victory, it doesn't actually prompt you to end the game. But you can jump into the menu and you can restart, or you can just jump in and quit. That works. So we now have we have an actual framework for a game. You can play the game, and you can, yeah, there's an issue. Okay, so let's jump out to the shell and let's come into our main menu. And in the main menu, we will look at our script, and we'll go on play button, press play, selected, emit, and that gets emitted. It goes up to the shell, and when it goes up to the shell, got play selected, main menu, false, playfield visible, true, playfield process node. Let's go playfield dot restart level. We do playfield restart level because when you're playing for the main menu, you should obviously be starting from the very beginning. So anyway, that was a bug that I didn't know about. Let's talk about how the shell is put together, because as you can see, I've got several little things in here. Right now, they're all turned off. What I am doing here is I'm running a finite state machine manually. A lot of people will go in and they'll go, okay, so we're going to set up a finite state machine and do this and that and the other. And what I'm doing here is I'm mentally tracing every possible path, okay? Because you start out, you've got the main menu on. When we first start up, the first thing that I do is I make the main menu visible. I hook up all of my different signals, and I hook these up programmatically because fundamentally, while I understand why people want to connect things up from the interface, I really do prefer to do it in code, because this way I don't have to go, well, first I have to open up the main menu, And now that I've opened up the main menu, I need to look at the play button and see, okay, on play button pressed is actually hooked up to something. I don't need to look at that because when I go into my shell script and I look at that, it's got all of the connections. It says, okay, inside of the main menu, I've got play selected, upgrade selected, settings selected, and quit selected signals that I'm connected to functions in my script. And if I go into the main menu script, I can see right there, play selected, upgrade selected, settings selected, quit selected. Okay? And all of these buttons, whenever I press the buttons, the only thing I do is I go, yeah, I'm going to throw up that signal. I'm going to chunk that signal up there. I'm going to chunk that signal up there. All of these are hooked up to the, they're hooked up to the individual buttons themselves. Okay? And what we've got is the quit button will send a button pressed signal to the main menu script, and that main menu on quit button pressed, it will emit the signal quit selected, which will now pass out of the scene and up to the shell. And when it passes up to the shell, it will go, okay, now that we're up in the shell script right here, apparently I haven't saved that. Once we get up into the shell up here, when we've selected quit, we want to turn the main menu to invisible. We don't want to see the main menu anymore. We want to see our quit confirm box. So what happens internally is we are looking at the main menu, okay? But we're looking at the main menu, and as we're looking at the main menu, well, when you press quit, the main menu gets hidden and quit confirm gets shown. And you have your confirm quit screen that comes up. Now, all of this is, when you press cancel, we hide quit confirm, and we put the main menu back up. Because we know that because you're in the main menu context, when you go into the quit menu, when you go into the quit dialog, the only place you could have come into it from is the main menu. There's no quit option on upgrade. There's no quit option there. There's no quit option on settings. And when you leave the upgrade or settings, the only place you can go is back to the main menu. That's the context that you're in, and that's the only way it can work. Similarly, we have the exact same settings scene. You can see here I've got the settings TSCN right there. And if we come over here into playfield, what you'll find is that inside of the player, well, inside of the playfield script, we've got menus, and inside of the menus, we've got the settings menu. This is the same settings TSCN as we had in the first place. It's the same exact thing. And because of the way that the script is done, okay, it's going to emit the settings OK signal from this node. And inside of the playfield here, that's going to be caught up here in the menu. The menu is going to catch that, and it's going to put you back into the appropriate context. Because in the menus here, you're going out of the pause menu. There's the quit, and there's the settings, and there's the pause, and then there's stuff that you're doing to the level. You're either restarting the level or continuing the level. That's pretty much it. Those are the only things that you have an option for. Pause, continue, pause, restart, menu settings, menu quit. And all of this is constructed with that same basic concept of the menu. When you go into the menus script, the menu has its custom signals. It collects the button pressed signal from the buttons that are on it, and it emits a menu specific signal out of the menu to the menu container above it. And that menu container above it is hooking those up inside of code. So you can see where all of that goes to. So when we connect on settings menu, settings OK, we're connecting it from the settings menu node. This is another fun bit here. If you control click the pause menu and settings menu and drag them in here. If you control click the settings menu and drag it in here, what the hell? There we go. Then it's going to give you an on-ready variable for the pause menu. This is not where you're allowed to put it because GD script, but it will try to let you do that sort of thing, and this gives you a lot of ease of use. Because once you put that pause menu variable in there, now you could go in here and you could use this wherever it says pause menu. You can just take that $sign off. Oh, that's actually different capitalization, but I don't really use that. I don't mind using the buck variables, as I call them. But hooking all of this stuff up, the general pattern that I use is the menu itself will collect the signals from the controls that are on it and then send those signals out of the menu to some external container. The menu doesn't know or care what that external container is. It could be anything, it could be anywhere. Okay? And because it could be anything and it could be anywhere, it's just somewhere above this node in the hierarchy. And once you get that signal, then you can take action based on it. People do not usually talk about this as an ecosystem. Like you see here that my menus are part of the playfield. They really shouldn't be part of the playfield. It should be different. Like really inside of the shell, I should have a kind of level thing, and a lot of this stuff is going to need to be redone because there's more stuff that needs to push this down. Among other things, when you go from the main menu here. When you go for the main menu and you click play, you should not immediately drop into a playable level. You should drop into a level select screen where you select which level you're going to play, which character you're going to play in that level, and which weapon that character is going to have in the level. Right now, I only have one level, one character, one weapon, so there's no point in building a selectable framework for it. But I'm going to have to. It's going to have to be done. And when you look in the playfield, you look inside the playfield, and the playfield does have a player included in it, but that player, by default, doesn't have a weapon. Instead, when you look at the playfield, you have, up at the very top of it, if you look in the inspector, you see that we have a weapon scene that dictates which weapon the individual character is going to have, and this character is going to have a crossbow. And then we've got the chest scene, the destructible scene, which this is going to be enhanced. This is going to be extended, but God, there's so much work left to do. I'm over here going, man, I've made so much progress, and holy shit, the more I talk about it, the more I realize this is crap, that's crap, all of this is broken, none of this is working the way it's supposed to, none of it looks good, none of it works well, none of it's a good idea. I've got this whole mixed C# and GD script thing going on, and yeah, it's this is just the collectible. This is just this bit right here. This is a pile of gold. This is the code that I need for a pile of gold. That's an awful lot for just a pile of gold, you know. But this structure creates a system. I wonder what happens when... I can't be wondering stuff in the middle of a video. I can't. My menus are part of the world. And because my menus are part of the world, as you've seen, when I run the game and I play the level and I move up the screen, I can pause the game, but pausing the game doesn't show me the menu. You have to get to the point where the menu is on the screen. And it's the same basic thing with the settings menu and the quit menu. They all show up in the world. They're not supposed to be in the world. I've got them in the world because I needed to have them somewhere. But this isn't where they belong. They really belong elsewhere. And I think the way that I need to fix this is to have the menus in their own scene. In fact, I can just do that. I can click on that and I could go save branch as scene. Level menus.tscn. There we go. Okay. And that should just go ahead and work. That should change nothing effectively. Should just work. And a lot of the time, a lot of stuff in Godot just works. And I appreciate the hell out of that. I also appreciate how the interface allows you to do a lot of stuff with GDScript very quickly and easily, where it would be something you have to do manually with C#. One of the things that I needed to do as I was going through all of this is I have all of these signals that get thrown in GDScript, and then they're picked up in GDScript, and they're thrown again to GDScript. And I had one particular scenario where I had to send a signal from GDScript to C#, and then from the C# script back to GDScript, to a different GDScript. So that was an adventure. That was a thing that I needed to do. Yeah. Hold up. When I'm... No, not control. Okay, G1 find content at the set position. No, I would need to write some additional stuff. I was looking at this. I've got this in the restart. I instantiate the chests manually at this point, and instantiating those chests manually is placing them in a slightly different position. I was thinking there might be an easier way to do that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about stuff that I shouldn't be thinking about on video because it's just all happening in my head and it's not at all fun to watch. This is a great example of don't repeat yourself. I am very much repeating myself. I am very much repeating myself here. This could be dragged out. This could be refactored. We're going to do a private void add content relative. We want this to be a we want this to be a node 2D. And node 2DN vector 2 P. Okay, so we're gonna do the parent needs to be just a plain old node. So we're gonna do node parent equals null, and if parent not equal null, parent add child n. But first we go n dot equals p, n dot position equals p. And we're going to do parent equals get current tile contents, n dot position. No, we actually just let's do parent equals n get current tile contents p. If p is less than 0, if p dot x is less than 0, p plus equals tile width. If p dot y is less than 0, p plus equals tile height. Let's put some spaces in there to make that a little bit more legible. If p.x equals 0, if p.y equals 0, if parent not equal to null. Get current tile contents p. Dot n dot position equals p. Parent not equal null, parent dot add child n. Okay, so we're going to do add content relative chest pause. I'll pull that out. I don't need that. Yeah. Add content relative const chest pause. Add content relative chest pause. Yeah. You got to instantiate. We don't need to do the position because the position is done automatically inside of this. And position equals P. Okay, so let's change that. And now what we should find, if I have done this correctly, which I think that I have, node parent equals get current tile contents P if a little more error checking on that, and let's see, operator plus equals P dot X dot Y. Variable parent is assigned, but the value is never used. Node parent equals get current tile contents P if parent not equal null. What do you mean it's never used? Parent chest scene, yeah, we never used that. Okay. Okay, and then vector 2 chest pause. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's test that. Building.NET project. Okay, if I play, yeah, everything is fine in there. Okay. Yep, works fine. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Now I go escape, and I go restart, and everything works. All right, cool. Exit. Quit. Okay. Play. Okay. Exit. Continue. We're gonna let this. Go a bit. I'm gonna walk over here. Quit. Okay, and this should now start out. Yes, okay. All right. Quit. Okay, all right. All right. All of that works. Okay. Okay. This is the kind of shit you're constantly doing in games like this. It's moving stuff around. Now, also, these aren't the positions I want things to be in. I take this one, for example. This is the transform 391 and 108. Okay, yeah, 391, 108 is accurate. So I actually thought that one to be 391, 108. But this one at 3779, what I actually want is I want that to be negative whatever that would be from 3840. Same thing over here, the 3546. Okay, the 3546. I need that to be changed. This transform here. The Y is fine, but we need yeah. So I need one of them to be okay. 3571 and 117. Okay, so if we jump back here and we go, okay, 571 and 117. Now that 3571, 3840. So we need minus 269. Minus 269. And then we got this one over here. This one's correct. 391, 108. 391, 108. Next one over here, we got this one is 385 and 3779. 385 and 3779. And what we want is 3840, so that is minus 61. Minus 61. Right there. And in the last one, we want to be 3546, 3786. 46, 3786. Now 3840, that's 54. And 3546, 294. And that is the positions that I'm used to them being in here. And if you take a look at where they are in there, if I now whack play, my 4 chests should be in those positions. And we got that one is fucked up right there. And that one is... That one is supposed to be minus 269. That was supposed to be minus 294. Yes. I missed a minus sign. That's the kind of shit that happens. So, back in and we whack play and we see how this goes. Play. There we go. All of the things are where they belong now. Ah, I got killed. Oh no! And I can't restart the game because I'm too far from the pause menu. The pause menu's over here, and I can't, yeah. That's fucked up. That's a bug. That's a bug that's going to have to be fixed. Shit like this happens all the time. Now, I have forced myself to do all of this shit by saying no Starfield and no GTA until the menus are working. And you may ask yourself, well, what does it mean for the menus to be working? And what it means for the menus to be working is right now we've got play, upgrade, settings, and quit. Play and quit work. Okay, and when you go into the pause menu, continue, restart, and quit work just fine, but settings doesn't. So the settings menu has to work, and the upgrade menu has to work. And I would also say this pause menu needs to work. And when I say the upgrade menu needs to work, I mean there has to be some stuff on it that you can like upgrade and shit. Actually, I think I can already say the upgrades menu works because there are no upgrades. So that leaves me with the settings menu, and I need to make the pause menu exist in game space instead of world space. Those are the two things that I need to do. Also, I need to migrate the experience collectibles to the point where they need to be. I think these need to be while. In fact, while px is greater than tile width, px minus equals tile width, while py is greater than tile height, py minus equals tile height. Yeah. Yeah, that does it. That shouldn't break anything. Let me check that and make sure it doesn't break anything. Stop. Go build .NET project. Yep, that doesn't break anything. Nothing's broken as far as I can see. Hey, you. Fuck off. Oh yeah, we're working. Quit. Yeah. I've already got a dirty hack in there to put the timer over top of the character's head. I need to do the UI. I need to do the in-game UI. Fucking hell, I've been on here for almost 45 minutes. Yeah, so progress is being made. The project continues apace. And, yeah, that's basically it. Do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And, okay, bye.